Hi, good afternoon to you. My name is Richard Dellbridge. I'm a paramedic basic, which is basic life support. We're here today to talk about safety and security on the mountain whilst trail running and what to do in the event of an emergency. We at Wildrunner are often posed with questions like, what do I do if I'm injured out on the mountain when I'm running? Well, the first thing is you sit down, take a deep breath, take stock of what is happening out there and assess the situation. Do you need outside assistance, or is it something that you can take care of and handle yourself? First thing to do is check your injury, check your wound. If it is bleeding, apply pressure. You need to make sure that the blood is stopped. Then you need to have a look and see, can you carry on? Is it safe to carry on? If you're injured within a race environment, always remember to phone the race organizers first. They will have the necessary rescue staff and we can assist to actually get you off the mountain safely. Should you find yourself in a different environment when you're running out in the mountain on your own, 10177 is a safe alternative to phone. They have access to all of the necessary rescue organizations and they will assist to get you off the mountain or wherever you may be. One of the most controversial and topical questions these days, should I carry painkillers? And if I do, what kind of painkiller should I carry? A lot of it is actually left to personal choice. However, there are some recommendations that we can put forward. Before one actually goes down this route of actually taking painkillers, I would suggest that you consult your GP and they would be able to recommend the correct painkiller that would work for you. There's many different types of painkillers that one could use. However, I would recommend staying away from anything further than something like paracetamol. It works very effectively. However, it doesn't have any additional additives within there, which can cause further damage. One must always remember that do not take more than 8,000 milligrams on a daily basis. This can lead to further complications. However, should you find yourself in a more difficult situation where you require further painkillers, this is when you need to seek outside help. Bear in mind, it's not just for race days to actually get you through, it is purely for emergencies, and one needs to take cognizance of that fact. You're out on the trail and you injure yourself and you cut yourself badly and you realize, I need more than a plaster here. What do I do? First thing is, place a pressure bandage on top of the wound. Remember that once you place a pressure bandage on top of a wound, never ever take that off to replace it with another. Always place another pad on top of that. You could use anything from a tissue through to a buff or a beanie, anything like that that you may have handy, and try and wrap a bandage around it and then elevate the wound. It will always help to slow down the bleeding. Space blankets. What do we use them for and why they're compulsory kit? A space blanket is compact and it can help keep us warm if we're injured within an emergency situation. It's reflective and rescue teams can find you a lot easier. If you find yourself in an emergency situation, rather take your space blanket out earlier rather than later. It's a useful tool, can help to keep you warm whilst waiting for help to arrive. Always make sure you have at least one with you. It can save your life. Okay, we often get asked, what should I carry with me in my first aid kit? These are some of the items that we're going to go through. Buff, beanie for when it's cold. A buff has many uses. You can use it for bandages, anything you need to do. Keep warm, the works. Tissues, additional food, gloves, and a jacket to keep you warm. Carry a torch. One of the most useful things. Together with that, you're going to need some spare batteries. Cable ties, these have many, many uses. From tying up shoelaces to anything. Through experience, I've found that the Next Care range of plasters works exceptionally well. I carry loads of them from large through to small sizes. They cover things from blisters through to large cuts. The whole works very, very effective, waterproof. They do a super job. Very importantly, rehydrate and e-nose. Sunscreen is incredibly important. For general emergencies, not only yours, but maybe potentially somebody else's. A set of gloves. These are really, really effective, can protect you against many different things. Moving on from the gloves, we have bandages, personal medications. Once again, this is something that you should consult your general practitioner and confirm that the correct ones work for you. If you're an asthmatic, always make sure you carry your own asthma pump. Do not administer to anybody else. Pair of scissors, betadine. This is fantastic for wounds. Place it on top there, very, very effective. Last but not least, glucogel is very, very important. If you find yourself running very low on sugar, I use one of these quite regularly. Work exceptionally well. Moving on towards the end, space blanket, a resusci aid, mouthpiece, CPR on the mountain out there, it can happen. I always carry one of these and I would strongly recommend that you do the same. These are some of the basic items that you should be carrying with you. As a race sweep, I do tend to carry a little bit more. However, from a basic perspective, make sure you're prepared, keep safe, enjoy your run.